Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Oh no, Applejacks. What did you get wicked out on, a buy or a sell? Good morning, by the way. Good morning. Look, I'm on time. All right, we're just getting out of some light impact news. I actually have not had any. I did miss one setup, but that was it. It's been a very choppy morning, as you can see. This is a 15-second chart, and it's this choppy. But the trade that I missed was a sell right here. This zone wasn't here at the time. It was actually like right here, I think. But it was just a quick little sell. That's the only trade that I've missed so far, actually. And that trade was right here. I just got so used to everything being choppy and me not getting a setup that I just zoned out, to be honest with you. But it was this little quick sale. We came down, hit the change zone, and popped up from it. Now we're here. Good morning, Trenches. How are you this morning? I ain't selling in this crap. Good morning, Amelia. How are you? I feel. But yeah, that one little sell right there is the only setup that I've had so far this morning, which can be annoying, but at the same time, it's actually, I like it, because to know that, all right, the market opened here. You guys know now I don't start trading until 8:35, so that's here. We literally chopped the entire time, and I didn't get a setup until it was a win. So, progress? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll see how the rest of the day pans out. I did go back through all of my setups except, actually no, I'm lying. I did not. I went through all the divergence setups, whether it's counter trend or with the trend. Mainly the regular divergence. I didn't really have much to do to the alternate divergence. I wasn't really too much worried about that one. I think I figured out the 1 bar pullback for the most part. And then I did finally I wouldn't say finally, but I realized that one of the early setups that I try to get into, like the early trend, I could do it if it rotates over my minor or my major levels, but not the middle one. It's probably because the middle one is actually a made up level, but yeah, for whatever reason, it doesn't work with that one, but it works with the other two. So, yeah. Let me see. What was that? 54? Not enough delta. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at with it. Let's see. We're doing one trade a day this week, so I'm done. Why is that, Applejacks? Are you finding that when you do more than one, you start to go on tilts possibly? Or it just doesn't work out as well? Good morning, Janelle. How are you this morning? No trades for you yet either, Trenches? Yep, only got that one. That's it. This one didn't set up properly. Delta 14. This up here was a delta 50 something, so I couldn't take that. That's gonna close right on the half trend, so that's not valid. But yeah, I think I've figured out that with the 1 bar pullback, I think I figured out that as long as it is either not touching anything, touching my minor level or the major level, I should be able to take it. However, the POC can't be in the body with the same, if I'm going for a buy, the POC can't be in the body with the buyers being in control. Don't ask me why that matters. Based on the data, it loses almost every time, but the other ones win. So I don't know if I'll take any one bar pullbacks today. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. But there's a possibility. We'll see. We will see. Smooth this up. We will see. Good morning, new trader. How are you this morning? How's everyone else's trading going this morning? I know Trencher said he hasn't taken any trades. Applejack says she took one, got wicked out, and she's done for the day. How's everyone else trading so far? But yeah, I think I fixed the divergence counter trend. We'll see. Hopefully we get some setups today so I can test it for sure. But I think I've figured that all the way out. I was just being a little too restrictive on one of them, which I probably only did because I didn't have any data going into this. I only had 1 day worth of data. But before I started trading with the Delta version, there was one setup that pretty much always worked. So we'll trade that regardless of what the Delta looks like. But aside from that, this shouldn't work out. Okay. I'm like, it shouldn't. I've stopped, like, even though this divergence would be going in the direction of the trend, everything looked how I wanted it to. I basically stopped taking those trades when the previous reversal bar bounces up off of this zone. And the reason why is because if this is the zone that we needed to break in order to actually go into a downtrend, but we've already pushed back above that zone, well then technically it's support, right? It's a demand zone at that point, demand, support, whatever you want to call it, and it shouldn't work out, so it didn't. I also am usually not a fan of going back towards the major resistance or support levels either, so that was like a double whammy right there. So remember guys, my goal this week is to do pretty well, focus on execution, because if I trade pretty well this week, I am going to start trading my 25K PA next week, as well as start a top step combine. And yeah, that's the goal. I think the priority is going to be on passing the top step combine, because once I can get into XFAs, ain't that what it's called? XFAs over there, I'll get payouts way quicker than I can with Apex. So that's what we're gonna do. One trade green, but it was a fight. Understood. What did you get into, a buy or sell? No trades yet, new trader. Currently trying to pass the 50K. 5K payout this week. Ooh, nice. But you're currently red though. Let's see if you can bring it back. Hopefully we get some kind of breakout in some kind of direction and kind of go from there. It looks like we might be trying to break out to the upside finally. So let's see. We got a change of bias, so no first pullback there. Let the trend establish itself. It's crazy how accurate my zones can be, because I mean I draw them so early on, like usually about 10 minutes before they happen, And you see we bounced up perfectly. Alright, don't need that one anymore. I'm going to try to stay on as long as I can this morning. I'm not in the best of moods, if I'm being completely honest. So, I'm going to try to stay on. At least for the time that I'm trading. But if I end abruptly, you know why. Got a 1 bar pullback right here, so I wouldn't take the first divergence trade. And the reason why is because typically with this alternate divergence, even with my regular divergence, but it's alternate because it started with a higher low instead of a lower low. The way that I trade them is different based on whether this swing has more volume than the previous one or less volume in the last swing versus the previous one in the same direction. And so after a 1 bar pullback, it's less accurate because a 1 bar pullback isn't really a pullback. So the volume of that pullback is not really real, if that makes sense. So you got my payout. You got your payout approved. Nice, Trenches. Congratulations. What day did you request, and what day did you get approved? Former credit lady, what do you know about velocity banking? Not former credit lady. I've heard of velocity banking. Isn't velocity banking when you're borrowing against a life insurance policy or something? I don't. Or isn't that the whole term that they use when they say you're creating your own bank type of thing? Let me go look real quick. I can never. Oh yeah, y'all. Have y'all been getting Hold on. Let me see. In short, you need to identify your 4 major numbers before anything. Income, expenses, cash flow, list of debt. Requires a debt weapon or tool such as a line of credit. It works best due to the money. You will draw chunks from your debt weapon and apply towards target debts per your plan or timeline. Lots of math needs to be determined or calculated to understand how much interest you'll be paying as you build out your timeline. So you're basically using debt to pay off debt? Did I read that right? Requested the first, approved at 12 a.m. Currently trading crude oil. I thought it was an A+. Oh, shit. With no protection. Now, you know we don't like going in raw, girl. Is the market looking like it's going to come back for your trade? Do you have a plan of getting out at some point or no? So, Applejacks, my thought on using debt to pay off debt is this. The majority of people get into debt because they cannot manage money properly. Okay? So, even though the idea behind it, hold on. Oh, well, that's invalid. I pull back instead. That's considered a pin bar. Um, so the idea behind it, like if you had a really, okay, let's say that you bought a car and your interest rate is sky high. Let's say 15-20%. And it's because at the time your credit was bad. But now you have great credit and you have a line of credit with 0% interest for 24 months. And you only owe enough on your car for you to be able to, like, you have enough line of credit in that 0% interest for 24 months to be able to pay that car note off with it. And then you pay that 0% interest card off. Absolutely. I'll give you a good example. Like when I was getting out of debt, at the time that I started getting out of debt, my highest debt was $40,000 and some change. My debt bills alone every month were $800 a month. Okay. So I had good credit though. The only reason I ended up in credit card debt is because at the time I was making $8,000 a month, in as an independent business owner in a network marketing company. And so when I would go travel, I had to get a rental car. Obviously, this was before like Ubers and stuff like that was popularized. And for me, even when Uber first came out, I was like, getting in a car with a stranger, I don't even take taxis for real. You know, I'd rather rent a car. Well, at the time, because of how young I was, you had to have a credit card. They wouldn't allow you to use a debit card. And the way that I used to travel, you had to have a return flight. And I never had a return flight. So it didn't quite work out well. So I had to get a credit card. And so I had a credit card. I ran up the credit card from that hotel, stuff like that. And of course, being young and dumb, my thought process was, I make a lot of money. I'll pay it off eventually. It's 0% interest. Who cares? Right. And so I ended up in a lot of credit card debt from that. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I don't miss a trade. Boom, bitch. That's gonna be my new thing. Anyway, so that's how I ended up getting into credit card debt. Hold on 1 second. I had Rosa. So yeah. So eventually, once I started to pay my debts off, what I did was, because I still had great credit, obviously, I ended up getting a 0% interest. I got two 0% interest cards. One was for 12 months and the other one was for 24 months. And the other part of me getting into debt was because when I bought furniture for my first, well, not my first apartment was in college. For my second apartment, which is what I got right out of nursing school, I furnished my apartment with 0% interest cards. I had one that was like $2,400 for, I think it was my living room set, 0% interest, 24 months. The other one was, I think, $1,000 something, 0% interest for 12 months. Maybe it was $1,200 because I feel like I was just paying $100 a month for each one. But I believe that by the time I started getting out of debt, I had already paid those off. But I used to finance everything. Like, if I bought a new computer, I got 0% interest. So we're just going to pay it like cash. And what I would do is I would just take the total amount divided by however many months my 0% interest was. And that's how much I paid every month. So once I had tax debt and some other stuff, car, student loans, which I didn't have. I graduated with $7,900 in student loans, so it wasn't that bad. But anyway, so I paid off what I could initially, and then whatever I still had left, at the end of the 0% interest, because I think only my 12-month one was, no, my 12-month one wasn't paid off by the time the 12 months was over. So guess what? I went and got another 0% interest credit card and I balance transferred, because the 3% balance transfer fee was so much less than what I would pay in interest. Now, I wouldn't suggest the average person do what I did, because number one, most people don't have great credit. So you're not going to get the 0% interest offers or the super low interest offers. And also, I wasn't bad with money. I'm not an overspender, right? It's just I was buying necessities at 0% interest. Why not? Why would I give you 2,400 real dollars when I could just give you $100 a month over 24 months? That was just my thought process. Now, I probably wouldn't do that much anymore, but I don't think the average person should ever use debt to pay off debt, unless it makes sense from an interest standpoint. Like I said, if you have a car with 20% interest and now you have good credit and you can get a line of credit to pay that off, and let's say it's 3% interest or something like that, absolutely. However, the other problem is what some people get stuck in the cycle of, okay, is, all right, I use this line of credit to go pay this off over here, but, and let's say I had 5 years left on my car, but I get a 5-year loan, right? Sometimes when people do stuff like that, they're really kind of hurting themselves, because even though your interest is lower, some ways that some people refinance things, or take out money from other loans, you've extended the life of your initial loan, and you probably end up paying more money in interest over time. So like the little Reddit little post that I read said, you really have to calculate the interest and see if it really makes sense. If you're somebody that's good with money and you just got caught up in a time where, like, hey, I was down bad, I lost my job, things like that, absolutely. But if you're terrible with money, don't do that shit. You're just gonna make things worse for yourself. Raw no pull out anytime soon. Shout out to, yeah, I did see Kellyanne. She said that she made $20,000 in affiliate commissions. She sure did. She said she's averaging about $4,000 a week. It's just crazy to me how much YouTube doesn't really pay people anymore. Like I created my very first YouTube channel. It was a natural hair channel back in 2010, like before you could even really get paid for real. And I quit way before like it even for real became a thing. But I wonder why the trading channels don't get paid that much, because my CPM was so high on my budgeting channel. Like I didn't even really get a whole lot of views like that, because most of the girls who started around the time that I did, they went past me like well beyond what I was doing. And it was mainly because they used to post a lot of videos. I wasn't finna do that. I wasn't finna do that. They used to post like 3-4 times a week. Baby, you got my once a week, and that was about it. Like I just can't. But the CPM was so high, and it doesn't seem like the CPM is very high with trading channels, which is weird, because you would think that it would fall into the finance sector. And typically finance channels make way more money as far as like dollar per 1,000 views than other types of channels. So that's a little crazy to me, just a tad. Just a tad. Call it, bitch. I know you're not talking to me. Just Amelia, sorry. Sorry, Amelia. I don't know why I like to say that after I win a trade, but it's kind of nice. Got my feet wet. You in the trade trenches? Working your credit is a skill. If you ain't disciplined, you're gonna fuck it up. Absolutely. To learn how to finesse. Like, when you know what you're doing, though, you can really leverage. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I could have taken this trade, but I don't know. I'm still getting used to so this was just a regular pullback. It just looks weird because we got a higher low in between. I didn't It pulled all the way back to my middle level. My middle level is right here. It reversed right off of it, right? I did not used to take the regular pullbacks. It's just a regular sell when there was a higher low in the middle of the two lower lows when it was at my middle level, or the major one. Don't ask me why. I don't really. I think at the time before I started trading the delta version of this and paying attention to that, that's why it didn't work out so well. So I definitely could have taken that, but I just didn't feel comfortable. And it looks like well, actually, I would have gotten filled. No, I wouldn't have gotten filled anyway. So I don't feel so bad. You can see I wasn't going to get filled. This bar came one tick from the entry price. So, but yeah, you can really jack yourself up. Like, the stories I could tell y'all from people's profiles that I've seen, like, and I've even had people that, because the way that I used to have my company set up, like, you had to get a credit analysis from me before you could even sign up for my company. And that was just to make sure that I wasn't taking someone's money who didn't even need credit repair, right? Because not everybody needs credit repair just because you have bad credit. And that was just like a moral thing for me. Not every credit repair company will do that. Some of them will not tell you that you don't need credit repair. And so I've seen people who, you know, are in the low 600s, but they don't have anything derogatory on their report. It's just their debt is too high. their utilization is too high. And honestly, sometimes I felt like that was the worst, because you still have to have the money to pay the debt off, right? Like, I've seen people with $40,000 in debt with us, and usually it's store credit cards at that, like Saks, Gap. If you got $40,000 in debt on a Saks card, maybe you can't afford to shop at Saks. I always tell people, don't use more than what you could pay off every month. I use my credit card for when I tell you every expense, every expense. Number one, you're more covered if something happens with a credit card versus a debit card. That's number one. And number two, despite what Dave Ramsey says, when you are using credit responsibly, it is so worth it. Like, I can't tell you guys. So I have the Southwest credit card, well, amongst a whole bunch of other ones, but the Southwest card is the one that I use for all of my expenses. And I can't tell you guys how many free trips I've been on. And I literally pay it off every month. I don't pay any interest. I think I might have just gotten a late fee for the first time ever. And that's just because I used to always go and pay my credit card off on the very last day of every month. But this month it was on a Saturday. I just wasn't paying attention. Half the time I don't even know what date it is. And so the first obviously was the holiday. And yeah, I had people over and everything. And what ended up happening, let me see something. 6. Yeah. So what ended up happening was I just forgot until like the last minute, and they go based off of Eastern Standard Time. So even though I paid before midnight my time, it wasn't before their time, and you know, so that was that. But yeah. All right, we got a 1 bar pullback. I'm pretty sure. So this was part of me fixing this divergence. The delta, everything looked okay, but this bar reacted off of my minor half trend, and whenever it does that, it invalidates the trade when the POC who's in control is the same direction we're going. So the buyers were in control, we were going for a buy, but that previous bar invalidated it. So Don't be a bitch. Thank you. If y'all haven't noticed, bitch is one of my favorite words. All right, just a quick. Oh shit, sorry. And why is that all the way down there? First of all, let's delete some of. All right, that was a quick little buy. So that's part of my attempt to try to get into the buy before the buy actually starts happening, because all of my half trends are showing a downtrend right now. Sometimes it works out to where it basically hit my middle level and we reversed. I'll show you. All right. So you can see everything's pointing down, but I try to get into the buy. Everything worked out. We hit the middle half trend. That's the pink dots. We hit that and reverse down. Which is fine. I don't really care if we actually start an early uptrend. I just want to get into it if we do. That's all I care about. So it worked out for the short moment this time, but a lot of times it'll actually reverse and we just start pushing up. I mean, literally hit the middle level to the tick and dropped. That's why I don't I hate when some people say like indicators don't work. Like they work for how you create your strategy for them to work, right? These are just different versions of half trends, but a lot of my trades happen off of one of these half trends, whether it's a pullback or some kind of divergence. It happens at one of the half trends. But I used to always laugh when they would be like, if you just put a line randomly on the chart, something's going to happen at it. And while that may be true to a certain extent, I really do like that. I've had this indicator for a very, very long time. It's just I didn't really know exactly how I wanted to use it. But I think we might be on to something. Just a tad. Just a tad. Never have, never will. The store cards. Good morning, True Seeker. Sorry, I'm going backwards. I don't want to hear now. I could have taken this trade, but well, Applejacks, I took that win. I love my Amex. I don't know why I haven't gotten on the Amex train yet. Don't ask me why. 80k points came in handy for the Bahamas last year. Exactly. When you are using cards the way you're supposed to, oh my gosh, you will be so happy that you did. My Chase Sapphire, I have like $600 worth of to use the stuff that 600 is paying. Exactly. Like, so I have I used to have, do I still have two Chase? I think I have two Chase cards. One is the Southwest card. I have a Bank of America card that gets cash back. I usually use that for my gas because I can get 3% cash back on gas, but y'all know I don't drive, so I don't get much cash back for that. The other thing that I did use it for when I was doing my TikTok shop, remember I told y'all about that? I did finally get my money. I don't know if I told y'all, but I ended up getting, like, they owed me like $2,100 and I got all of it probably in June, the last week of June, I think. But anyway, so because there was so much that had to go into ordering products, you know, sending products out, whatever, I had the company that was, because it was a done for you type of thing, I just had to give them a percentage of my profits. I definitely had them using my Bank of America card because we're going to get cash back. Yes, we are. And in just a couple of months, I ended up accumulating like probably over $200 in cash back. And I mean, that was stuff that I had to buy, right? And the thing was, the way that I was doing the e-commerce drop shipping, I didn't even order the products until you ordered from me. So it's not like I think there was one set of inventory that I did have to buy, but that was only because it was selling so fast on my TikTok shop that I had to do it. And it sold out like within probably 2 weeks. But yeah, I used that card. I used to have a Citibank card, but I used to forget to put a little something on there like once a year just so that it wouldn't close out. And they ended up closing it. I remember I think I had got an email or something saying that if I didn't use it in 60 days, they were going to close it. And then I just completely forgot until actually the morning that I remembered, I was like, oh, I'm going to go do this. I woke up and that email said that they had closed it that same day. It's like, shit. But yeah, I can go get another one if I wanted to. But let me tell y'all how. So my best friend, the trader, who I told you guys have an investment property, he bought his first investment property in December. He leveraged credit to technically to qualify for the loan, as well as doing everything as far as rehab goes. And that was a pretty big rehab project, like 100K plus. But he did it the right way. And I told him, I was like, you know what? The way you just finagled and finessed. I mean, it wasn't really finesse, but I mean, he did things legally. But just the way that he did it that way, I was like, maybe I will dabble a little bit. I don't want to own a whole bunch of properties, though. I'm not going to lie to you. But just a few, maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Green on the sale. You working on your credit, Applejacks? If you have Discord, send me a message. I'll send you a free credit building guide that I have. I made it myself, and I just never released it. Because right when I was going to release it, that's when I was like, I actually don't want to do this shit no more. 19. Oh, that's late. That just made me mad. That was a late entry, you guys. And before I could hit the break even button. But y'all, I actually would have won. It went 20 ticks. I hate when the bars just close that damn fast. Who told you to do that? You've been moving slow all day. Let me see if I would have even gotten filled. And I would have gotten filled. That sucks. I would have gotten filled there. That would have been 3 wins in a row. Instead, it's a loss because I was late. I went to hit the break even button when I realized I was late, but we popped up too fast. So I would be up 258 right now because we just gonna pretend like that didn't happen. And I told you guys, I think I'm gonna stop myself on PAs at 2. This week is gonna be practice for PAs. But I think I'm going to stop myself at 250 or 350 a day. And I'll still just take trades on sim. But I think that's kind of probably where I would want to stop myself. 31. At least initially until I get a couple of payouts. Oh, that makes me so mad. That was a perfect sale. Perfect. I need to get a Gap card because that's all I'll be buying. But y'all know I don't drink. What 5 cards to get first? Because after the chase got restriction. Trenches, I'll send it to you as well. $550 is major support. Alright, what's your dis? It's KeAmber trades, I think. Don't let me lie to you. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, at KeAmber trades. Oh, you can't really see that well because of the light. But yeah, and I'll send it to you. I just gotta find it. Yeah, literally right when I was gonna release it, I decided, fuck this credit. I don't want to deal with these people no more. So I never released it. But I probably will still release it at some point, maybe. But Yeah, it's a whole credit building guide. And I made it myself. Hey, that's me. But yeah, it'll tell you everything. So it has like educational stuff first, but then there's like other stuff in there too. So I'll send it to you. I am so mad at this trade, y'all. I hate when I accidentally get in late. But that's alright. We're so green. I guess. And then it's like 3 ticks more of a stop loss because I lost $105 instead of 90. So that makes it worse. Like, girl, I just finished telling y'all my focus is execution, but you executed that wrong, dummy. I think there's fried chicken for lunch. Okay, wait, yeah, Amelia, I'm confused. Y'all get lunch brought in every day? Yeah, I used to make some really good stuff like credit related. Um and some stuff like I said I just never released cuz it just takes like credit repair takes a lot. And for me, it's not worth it because my thought process is this: creating a business that's centered around helping people who didn't pay their creditors but expecting them to pay you for services rendered is crazy. It's a little crazy. Just a little bit. Like I created video explanations for stuff because it made it so much easier than explaining stuff to people. I had like just a little quick 7-minute video on how the program worked, things like that. When I tell y'all, I made things so easy. Like, I didn't really have to talk to people before they signed up for my program, which was great because I don't really like socializing like that. Um, So yeah, they would sign up. It was a very short video explaining the process of like the credit analysis and how the program worked. And then I feel like I changed that. Did I not change that? Maybe I did. And then they would sign up for the credit analysis, but part of my credit analysis there was like a PDF that explained how credit works, stuff like that. But then I also would do a short video recording where I went through their credit report line by line, telling them, what was good, what wasn't, things like that. And I embedded it into the PDF. So, and then from there, I would let them know, like inside of the PDF and also the video, if they qualify for my services, if not, why. Um, and then if they did qualify, they can make the decision to sign up for the program or not. And I never had people that cared to talk to me, and I was happy about it. Yes, I was. 16. Almost. We were one. Let's see, that was 16. That was 15, so I couldn't take that one. Um, but yeah, listen. My automation was crazy. I had like a whole system built. I had over 100 plus, probably 120, 150 automations in my business, whether it was sending out text messages, sending out emails, whether it was educational. If I re-imported somebody's credit report, they got an email and a text message letting them know, and I always would send them every month like a review, like, hey, these are the changes, these are And all the videos were usually like 5 to 7 minutes long. So you always heard my voice at all times. So because of that, you never wanted to talk to me on the phone. But I would just tell them like, hey, this is what's going on. This is what changes have been made. This is what I would suggest, blah, blah, blah. If you still feel like you need to schedule a consultation to go over this, let me know. Nobody ever needed to. So everything was so automated. But it made it easy because when you have to take time away and be on the phones, it takes so much time away from your actual business. So I just left it to doing productive stuff and not being on the phones, and it worked. Amazon, she got the Apple Card, got the Southwest, and get one of them Freedoms and Hilton. That way she'll get points and cash back for travel, but Chase won't let you get another card if you have 5 and 24 months. Oh, I did not know that. Stir fry pizza grill, rotating buffet, and station that rotates. Ooh, that sounds nice. And obviously they food good because you be talking about it. All right, I still haven't figured out, and I probably will just never put this back in, but these pullbacks where we start with a higher high, push to a lower low and a lower high, that's what I consider an alternate pullback, because we basically change from a short little uptrend to slamming through to a downtrend. I haven't found a pattern that's consistent yet, so I just won't take them. Just won't take them. At least not when they pull back to my minor half trend. The major one or the middle one, yeah, but not the major one. 46, that would take quite a bit. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work out. Yeah, we're not gonna take that because we're touching that sell rotation level. 1,000 day of eating Chipotle every day. Where is that, on YouTube? The inquiry from the card is removed from your credit report. They'll likely not count it. Yeah, unless there's something in their system that will flag it because of like the open date of cards that you already have. But if it won't flag it for that, then yeah. Y'all, look at this. Was one of my videos that I had for my company. Oh wait, oh, I can't take that body up. Like, I put all this stuff together myself. Oh yeah, did y'all know that fact? Poor credit can cost you between $200,000 and $1 million in interest and fees over your lifetime. But anyway. Oh, I wish I could. Let me see something. Oh, the name of my company was Your Financial Solution. But yeah, I put all of this together myself, y'all. Okay, I used to do the damn thing until I didn't want to no more. Dylan Wareham. Oh, you at a comma day? Let me find out. Yeah, I feel like we've actually been moving decent. Once we broke out of that stupid consolidation that we started off with earlier, we've been moving pretty good. Janelle, how's your trade looking? Daily goal on 3 PAs. Hey. So for those of you guys who have 50K Top Step accounts, what was your account balance when you requested your first payout? So I'm going to tell you guys what my thought process is. So my thought process is, excuse me. All right. With Apex on a 50K, you can withdraw $2,000 when you hit 2,600. So you would be left at a drawdown of $600. I personally believe that if my strategy is where I need it to be, $600 is more than enough drawdown, especially with me scalping, right? I would have to basically lose 6 trades in a row. So I'm trying to figure out like how big I would want to build that account. $65. How far I would want to build that account. 88. Hold on, y'all. I didn't take this because of this here. But I don't think it matters when it comes back to my major half trend level, which is what it's reversing off of, but I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All right, cool. I think it only matters for the trades that happen below my major half trend level. It shouldn't matter for that. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, so I'm trying to figure out, like, because let's be real, I have not worked in 2 years, right? So I just want to be able to secure the payouts quicker, without obviously risking blowing the account, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, kind of gauge what other people did. Even though I know everybody trades different and a lot of you guys don't scalp, I still am curious what you guys got your account balances to before you requested your first payout. I would have won that damn trade too. I'm gonna go after today's session. I'm gonna go look and make sure that's a trade that still works out consistently, because I'm pretty sure it does. Because if we would have pushed off of the green line, no, and not this is the overnight low. I mean this solid green line. But I think as long as we push off of the top of the zone, it's fine. But I'll go look. I just didn't feel comfortable. But I'm pretty sure it's worked every time. But that's 4 trades. Let's see. And no losses so far today. Besides, the one that I took don't count. I was late. So 340-350 goal for the day. And I'm going to set up my accounts dashboard to, sorry, I pushed the wrong button, to basically stop me at 350. Or I'll probably just put 340 just because I know if I'm up 4 trades, that'll be 344. So I'll probably just do 340. But we'll see. All right, that's not going to be a valid trade. $500 is the drawdown. Seeing some resistance, not pulling out right now. You just had that today. Trading the PA, they just took the 2K from what? So 500 is the drawdown that you you talking about on Apex. I forget it is because the extra $100. You're right. So here's the cool thing about this isn't is it part of the trade copier? I can't remember if it's part of the trade copier or the risk manager. It's probably the risk manager. But I get to put like a daily goal in here. Um, this is how I set the peak balance so that my trailing drawdown is correct. But I could set a daily goal in here, and I could set it per account. And whenever I do that, it'll, like, if it's a follower account and it's already hit the goal, when I get into a trade, it's not going to put me into it on that follower because I've already hit the goal. You could do the same thing for a daily loss as well. Yeah, you could do the same thing for a daily loss as well. And then the other cool part is when you request a payout, they have a setting in there where you could put that you requested a payout from that account. And so it'll show your drawdown based on that money already being taken away. Um, and I think it has a setting to where it'll protect you from going below that particular balance that's needed, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. All right. That was, got the pushback down. Not taking the first pullback in the new trend. That would have been a good buy if I took it. I gotta go look at that. I don't know why I didn't look at that yesterday when I was looking at everything else. All right, this buy. All right, we've pulled back now, so that's not even valid. That's not valid either. I think Chris Wynn been lagging lately. Free depth of market. I never heard of iron. What's iron beam? It could get bloody. We did give up 550. Oh shoot. One. Goodness gracious. Why are you moving so fast? Is a futures broker. Got you. Yeah, I never heard of them. food. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for something. I wonder. That one took profit, but all right. I was looking because this was a trade I didn't get into right here. It would have lost. Obviously, it didn't even go one tick. Or probably just only went one tick. But I don't know. I didn't get in because of hunch. But I think it's because I don't really see that pattern show up much. And so I wanted to look at the trades that I have written down so far for that particular pattern. And yeah, it doesn't set up that often. I think it's set up 3 times besides that one: a break even, a win, a loss, and that would have been another loss. So obviously that particular pattern does not work well. So I'm gonna write that on my cheat sheet to stay away from that pattern too. I don't know why certain patterns work and certain ones don't. I have no idea. But it just kind of proves that the market can give you consistent patterns. It's a matter of you identifying it and quantifying it and going from there. There's like one other way that the market gives divergence at my major level like that I don't take, and that'll be the second way that I don't take it. Because the previous bar didn't push off of anything. Well, my middle half trend, but that don't count. I mean my minor one. Let's see, what level is this? That's not really a double top. But we did just hit that rotation level. You leaving when I leave? You off to the gym? I think I'm do I want to walk today or work out? I think I'm going to work out. I walked yesterday. I didn't walk. Actually, I walked once in the last week, and I didn't work out, lift weights at all. So I usually take a week off, like 4 to 7 days, once a month, once every 6 weeks or something like that. I just really needed it. But I think I'm going to lift today because I don't think the journaling will take that long anyway. So I think I'm going to lift, and yeah, that'll be that. Didn't know the Deliverance movie was based off of true stories. Deliverance? Is that the scary movie people have been talking about? What is Deliverance? A family living in a home in Indiana discovers strange demonic occurrences that convince them and the community that the house is a portal to hell. Oh, baby, I ain't gonna watch that yet. Is that the one? Wait, who? Lee Daniels. Okay. So I think I was reading about this the other day where they was saying how he said he would never make another movie like that, and how they had to have they basically in between cuts had to have people praying and all kind of stuff to because it was just so much stuff that was happening on the set. I know you paid me to do a job here, but I'm out. Because no. And for me, I'm not a religious person by any means. I'm very spiritual. And I'm just not doing what? Mm-mm. I wouldn't be able to do a movie like that. Whether it's fake, based off a real story, whatever, I can't do it. Mm-mm. I cannot. I am still so mad that I'm not up $250 per account right now. So upset. But we're still green, so it still counts towards the goal of being in PAs next week. Or in my PA next week. 36. Oh yeah, I did look at the 20 tick chart last week or over the weekend. It's a no for me. The strategy still works. However, it's not enough setups. It would be 2, maybe 3 setups a day. Not enough. Especially if I have the goal of grouping PAs together, trading a group, get into the daily target, trading the next group. I probably have to just do things in 2 groups though. Because on days like today, I took 3 trades. I missed 1, set out of 1 that I'm pretty sure I don't have rules against, but I'll just have to make sure again. So that's 5. I guess I could still do 2 groups. I was going to say on a day like today, doing the 2 groups, I wouldn't get trades on the second set, but I would. I forgot about the trade that I missed out of and the one that I sat out of. So that would be 5 trades and they all won. So I think we might be bending the right corner. I think we might. So fed up. Just a load of crap. Oh, Amelia, I'm sorry. It didn't work. Yeah, it did. It worked. But see, I y'all, I remember when I first got onto YouTube and I was using a 20 tick chart. I remember Trenches was like, "I think you're risking too much." I was like, "Trenches, I ain't risking too much. I just ain't got a strategy yet, sir." But the 20 tick chart, it works. And the reason why it would still work is because, so I think I've said this before, but the solar wind indicator that I use, that's the half trends, it's based on ATR, but it's based on Ninja's version of ATR. And I know that it works. I know that the way that it paints is based off the ATR, because typically when I draw these zones, right? When I draw the zones, let's say I draw them like pre-market, because sometimes the last changeover zone happened right before the market open, and I still need to know where that zone is. Okay, the zone will be so much smaller than the zones that paint while the market's open. Yeah, I don't want to take that one, and that's why. Because I think I'm gonna go back to breaking even at the pivot levels, and I also really don't like taking the regular pullbacks if they bounce off of a level first. I prefer, if I'm gonna do that, it just be in a VWAP. Anything else, I'm not a fan. But anyway, so yeah, so it'll still work no matter what time frame you use, no matter what Renko setting that you use. But because I have a goal of having a certain number of trades happen within this little 2 hours and 15 minutes that I trade every day, I want to make sure that I'm getting enough opportunities. I'm not finna sit here all day for 2 trades a day. I ain't gonna do it. I'm not. I'm not. So I feel like the sweet spot for me is about 7 to 10 trades per session. I think will be the sweet spot. I've also found over the weekend that a lot of my setups don't work when there's a double bottom start, middle, or end. It would take a lot for that buy to be validated, so I highly doubt. Nope. Is it a weak level? Nope. Oh, there actually was 3 trades I sat out of today. Mm-hmm. Don't do that. And I'm gonna sit out of that because I haven't looked at double top ends for this trade, so I'll make a note to myself to look at it if it wins. I think that was the stop out. Oh, no. Would it came 1 tick from stopping me out. If it goes beyond the high of that wick, then it will stop out. Yeah. Because I don't take double top ends on my regular pullbacks either. That one was at the middle half trend level, but For the most part, some of the same rules I have for the pullbacks to the minor happen at the middle and major too. So, and that was actually divergent, so it definitely wasn't. That definitely, I wasn't paying attention to the fact that this was divergence. And yeah, for the most part, there's only one divergence that I like to take where the zigzag is the same color of the direction I'm going, and that is not one of them. It has to be counter trend. So that was invalid all the way around. All the way around. We cooking with lard and I don't even eat pork. Trenches, you and your sayings. Become on a new eval. What size are you? A 50K? We retested the 550 and shorted again. Did we? I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, we sure did. We sure did. Eval once. I hit the daily goals to prevent the Actually, that's a good idea, Trenches. That's a good idea. Because even if you just always keep an eval handy for that, it's so much cheaper than than you failing your account, missing out on payouts for no reason. This trade works out, I actually might be irritated with myself for not taking it. But we're in this zone, so I'm still confused with my zone trades, just a little bit. But I think it's invalid because we've traded under it now. But I don't know. We'll see. We just hit the bottom of it. I used to get into it and then just break even there. But now I find that the way that I trade, I don't need to break even at the bottom of it because it's going to actually use it how it's supposed to use it. But I just don't know how this trade will work out. We'll see. It's valid based on the delta, but... And I wouldn't even be comfortable being in the trade this long. Y'all know I like my 5-second trades in and out. We out of here. But it won. Of course you won. Literally annoying. So I can go back to trading that then. Thank God Applejack's is not here. She would be stewing in anger. Looks like NQ has some A+ setups early. Still won't trade it in big letters for me. Started hitting that oil raw. Now you hooked. NQ still got that good. Now, what is wrong with y'all? You can only get quickies from NQ. I like to go all night. Y'all are a hot ass mess. What? Oh my gosh, y'all are crazy. Y'all are real life crazy. Damn, why I didn't take that. Trust it, KeAmber. Trust it. Trust it. Oh yeah, y'all. I forgot. I was telling y'all this earlier and then I got sidetracked because I think I got into a trade. These scammers, and I ain't even talking about trading. I'm talking about like the online scammers are getting out of hand. So for like the last probably 3 years, I've been receiving these random emails telling me that I need to, that they hacked into my phone because of porn sites. And that they've now hacked into my webcam and they have videos of me jerking off. First of all, why are you using the whatever? Jerking off to videos, and they're going to send it to my entire contact list if I don't send them Bitcoin to this particular address and don't worry about replying to the email because I know that you opened the email. Okay. At first, it was, we're going to post it online. I replied to one of those people, go ahead, because guess what? I'll just start an OnlyFans and I'll make more money than I would have had to send you in Bitcoin. But this last one that I got this morning, they sent me a picture of my house, but it wasn't my house. It's the house next door. Sent my address, my house phone number. I mean, just all kind of crazy stuff. And they're going to send my porn videos of me that they've taken from my hacked webcam and send it to my contact list. Send it. Whatever you got, babes, send it. Or I have to send them $1,900 in Bitcoin. Do what you do. I think his name was Peter. No, it wasn't Peter. It was something else. What is the name? What is the name, child? Pat Guayardo. Okay. Do what you do. Cause child, what? Alright. So if I look like Brett Simmons new prop, he took all the worst part of every prop and those are the rules. Wait. Wait, he took the worst parts of every prop and that's the actual rules. So the rules that people hate in that prop firm, he took it and put it as a part of his. For the straight to fund it is a yearly fee. Wait, they have your address? Yeah. I mean, you can find anyone's information online. It's so easy. You can pay $9 and find out everything about them, where they live. I mean, it's literally insane. Especially if they've lived in the same place for a very, very long time. Like, I can Google my friends and look at all their addresses that they've had over the last 20 years. But yeah. And it's not hard to find my house phone number that I've never used because it's been the same house phone number for 25 years. Like, what the fuck? But yeah. It's the rules I don't like. Well, Amelia, the rules you don't like is the same rules nobody else likes either. I think that's very awkward. At first, I thought you were saying like he took the rules that people don't like and made sure they weren't part of his program. But to take the rules that people don't like and make it as part of your program, are you trolling? Are you trolling? Oh, you can't post links. I'm sorry. Hold on. I forgot because I'm like, where's the link? I forgot. I have it on no links in the chats. Let me see if I could grab it. He seems kind of scammy though. What's the name of it? My auntie is texting me. Oh, I don't know why you sending this to me, girl. I don't use that mess in my head. Alright, he don't have a... You think you found it? Alright, cool. Alright, let me read what you... So, first of all, the straight to funded being a yearly fee. Payout periods, no micro scalping, 5 points minimum. I hate the term micro... Like, to me, micro scalping is a tick. Even though, I mean, 4.5 points, which is what I go for, is not like, it's not a lot for NQ, but at the same time, y'all can see like a lot of times as soon as my trade take profit, it's going the other way. So I have to fuck y'all. That's all I gotta say about it. Fuck them people. Cause what? I hate the term micro scalping. I can see if you're just going for a tick at a time. Alright, cool. I got you. But aside from that, like, what are you talking about? Why is that even a thing? $57. Okay, we were building up. Come on. Yes. Alrighty. Trying to get back. 73. Shit, I just looked at this. If it sets up while I'm looking, I just won't take it. I literally just looked at this, so. Oh, okay. I think I'm good. Eee. I doubt it sets up how I wanted to. I want to show you guys this trade. It was building up and it kept going back and forth and back and forth. So I needed this to be positive delta and be more than this 57. It kept ranging between like 58, like 52 and 58. It kept going back and forth, and right as it was closing, it started going into the 60. So I went ahead and clicked it, but I had my finger on the break even button just in case. Just in case. Just in case it decided to change at the last second. Technically, I'm not gonna take that. And that's why. Actually, I think we're gonna be done for the day. I think I want to take my money and run. I think. That was just. Do I take my money and run? That is the question. shouldn't have taken my money and run. Yeah, I think I am gonna stop trading though. Um, so this trade would have been a loss, but I was just literally yesterday looking at trades like this where we have the divergence that pushes off the top of the zone. For the alternate divergence, it's fine, but I don't think I like it for the regular divergence. As you can see here, it's set up just like everything else about the trade set up fine. But because of that, I set out of this one, but this one worked out just fine. But I still don't know if I like taking trades at the middle. I know I won't take it at the middle pivot level. I don't know about the middle VWAP. So this is the middle VWAP, the white line. I don't know about taking trades there right now. That's something I was supposed to look at last night and honestly forgot to. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Because I feel like the middle VWAP and the middle pivot levels are like those turning points. You know, if we trade underneath the middle pivot level, it's likely a downtrend, and vice versa for buys. And usually it's like that for the VWAP levels as well. So let me see if I would have gotten filled on that last sell though. Oh shoot, I clicked the wrong button. Where's the Renkos? Right here. Let's see, bar closed at 40.25. That bar is 42.25. Yeah, 2 seconds I definitely would have gotten filled. So I want to look today at relook at this trade, which I mean, this is very easy to remember. Just don't take the trade off this. I mean, technically this is a support zone, right? Once we create the uptrend and we trade off of this zone, it's technically a support zone. So I'm cool with that being a thing. And that's probably why this one didn't work out, but this one did. But I do need to go back today and look at all my trades that happen at the middle VWAP level to see if I need to make that a thing. Because if so, this trade would be invalidated anyway. So we'll see. But I think that losses that I took at those levels was just trades that were based on rules that are not the rules that I have now. So we'll see. We will see. Tradeify. Okay, yeah, I do remember seeing that. No micro scalping. 15 seconds for 80% or more of your trades. Oh, that will never work. 5 points for and that's the rules for my funded futures as well, right? Q in 10 seconds I can get 20 points by 80. Exactly. Okay. In Q during Asia session? Do you have a different strategy for Asia, or do you trade the same exact way that you trade during New York? See, my problem with trading during the Asian session, London is a little bit different because by then we've had enough movement for everything to work out. But the biggest problem is, I'll show you, like when the markets open for Asia session, all of my indicators reset because they're all based off of intraday data. And I like it that way. But you can see, I'll show you a screenshot. So literally everything resets. I mean, obviously the open, high, low, close and stuff resets, but the biggest thing is like the VWAP levels, which is where it starts here. I use the VWAP that resets every day. So yeah, I think the only thing that doesn't really reset are my half trend levels, I think. But it makes it a little bit difficult to trade my strategy during Asian session because of that. Someone pointed out that it looks like it's trade iffy. Yeah, maybe not a great. I'm weak. Same way, but takes longer to get to my take profit. Ah, got you. Okay. Asia has been on fire the last few weeks. I told you I used to trade Asian session. Like I would trade usually from set no. Sometimes I would trade it right at the market open, but usually I think it was like 6:30 to 9 o'clock. And it was so easy for me to trade during that time because even if I was playing the game, because market moves so damn slow, and I would just have alerts happening with the reversal bars like I do now. Which have they been on? Oh yeah, they have. But yeah, I for the times that I like wasn't on the game and I didn't have something to do in the meantime, it was very difficult to sit there and watch that shit. It just was. It was so slow. But I know people who trade like they have a strategy based on the open. What is that? 100? There's no way that's going to be more than 100. The delta here is 100. I would put my half trends back on, but they kind of clog up the screen. On my screen, it doesn't bother me, but for YouTube purposes, it does kind of clog up the screen. I do trade with a lot of levels on my chart, but I can see them all. It doesn't bother me any, but sometimes I do think about at least putting the major one on there. I don't know, I'll think about it tomorrow, but that's what this just pushed off of. And actually, it's already on there. Oh, I don't have the trend on there. I don't want the other stuff. Standing in the front yard, such a fool. Alright, I'm not going to put the other two on there because it's just going to clog up the screen. But I'll at least put the major half trend level on there so that you guys can kind of see what I see when I'm looking to see if the market is trying to decide to change trends or not. So in this instance, we pulled all the way back and see on a time-based chart, it just looks like a really huge pullback. And it might look like a, you know, break of structure and everything like that, which it technically did. So this would be my divergence trade at the major half trend level, but you can see it still works out. The only reason I didn't take it is because of how hard we pushed off of this buy rotation level. If that wasn't there, I would have taken that trade easy. If I can, I haven't figured out how to trade going back towards those rotation levels, even when I'm going in the same direction of the trend, because the only patterns that I've seen working consistently is if there's less volume in this swing than the previous one. But because there's 1.7 thousand volume in this swing, but in the previous swing down there was 950, that means that the sellers took over. So pushing back towards that zone isn't really the best option, or that level isn't the best option. But I think I'm starting to notice a pattern in regards to the delta and the POC. I think if the buyers are in control here and the delta is more than this delta, I think we're okay. But I don't know. I'll track that all this weekend, kind of see what I can come up with. Oh, we only got 2 minutes left anyway, so pretty sure it's gonna be over. Oh, we ended green. Just annoyed at myself for the one loss that wasn't an actual loss. But aside from that, it was a good day overall. Let's see, I took 3 trades, 4 trades, 3 wins and a loss. It should have been 4-0. And it's nice to see that all the trades that I sat out of were wins as well. And they followed my rules. It's just certain things that I just kind of forgot to pay attention to that don't work for other setups. So I just want to go back today and make sure that they actually work out that way. These trading rules are ridiculous. I don't see it lasting long. I don't either. And I think that sometimes, and this is nothing against Brett, but I think that sometimes people don't realize that the type of support that you have is based on something specific, right? So, like, for instance, me having 18,000 subscribers on my other YouTube was for something specific. So that's pretty much the reason why I didn't use that YouTube for trading, right? Because I wasn't going to get the same level. Well, with them, probably I would. Not the way that if I was just making videos here and there, like an update, yes, but going live every day to that audience when that's not what I built that audience based off of wasn't going to be smart. And in regards to, like, with Brett, and I wish him all the best, but I think that sometimes influencers don't realize that just because you have a lot of people who support your channel, they love watching you, whatever, that does not mean that they're going to support your business or support you in every single endeavor. You know, that's why you have a lot of YouTubers who, when they kind of bend the corner and change content, initially they don't have a great response. They'll have people unsubscribing, their views will go down and things like that. And then, eventually, as they continue to be consistent in this new market, they will attract the people that do want to watch those type of videos. But I don't know. I just think that people have to be careful overestimating the support that they think that they're getting. And then as a viewer, like if I was a viewer of his, knowing how props are, right? We know that props win when we lose, period. It just is what it is, except when they're copy trading you. So to know that you guys are watching me because you're supporting my journey, my journey of trying to become a profitable trader, my journey of trying to develop a scalping strategy and all of these things, to know that prop firms are set up to take money from us if we are not doing well, what kind of moral compass do I have to create a prop firm and advertise it to you guys? I wouldn't even want the people who support me to be a customer of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just think about certain things like that, like, and then for you to create rules that everybody hates, because Amelia, it ain't just you, everybody hates those particular rules. So, and you've created those rules because guess what? They work from the business aspect and not from the trader side, which obviously as a prop firm, you're going to make rules that are geared towards helping the company to a certain extent. But I don't know. I just think it's weird, personally. Taking 140 profit. I'm tired. Green is green. I'm done. Yes, Janelle. Take it. Look, we at the same profit. Green is green. I'm done. Thank you. I thought I was losing my... I'm the only one to think these are garbage. Yeah. I don't know. That just doesn't seem right to me. It's kind of predatory, personally. All right. Let me show you guys the accounts. I'm happy to be green. Like I said, we took 4 trades, 3 wins and a loss, and the loss wasn't even supposed to be a loss. So I'm going to take that as a big W today. Actually, I did not see any losses from my strategy at all today, even the setups that I set out of, except for that one. But like I said, when I just did a quick look, it's basically break even so far with 3 weeks of data, I think. So guess what? We're not going to trade that pattern, just like it's another pattern I don't trade with that particular setup. So we're all good. So this is where we're at. Almost back to full drawdown on both of these two accounts. This is the account that we carried over the negative balance for. So yeah, making progress, and that's all that matters. So what, I'm about a sixth of the way to being funded on this account. And I feel like if things continue to trend in the right direction, I should be able to pass these two accounts pretty quickly. Considering, like, all right, even with just the 4 trades that I took today, let's take the ones that I didn't take out, out of the equation. If I didn't have that stupid late entry, I would have been up, what is it, 4 times, what was it? I think it was 344. Yeah, 340. That's a tenth of the profit target. And that doesn't include trades that I sat out of. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of the week goes. But after I journal today, I do want to look at those couple of things that made me sit out of or not be comfortable with those other trades that I sat out of. Just want to solidify that so that moving forward from this week on, I don't feel uncomfortable and I could just take the trades. Because at this point, like my regular pullbacks, I just take it. Like, I know the rules are set in my head because they haven't moved in pretty much like almost a week at this point. So I feel very comfortable taking them. The divergence trades I feel pretty comfortable taking as well, besides a little bit earlier. So that's my goal. Get whatever little things that are keeping my mind wrong and scared. I wouldn't say scared, but just, being a little uneasy. I want to get those out of my mind because I just want to execute and get these accounts done. Okay, I'm over it. But overall, a green day. After you were red for a little bit, like I was earlier. Exactly. Good morning, Bill. We on our way out. So don't say hello, say goodbye. Why is you late? No. But I thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Please like the video on your way out if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. But other than that, I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, guys.